Hello, guys. I am sure many of you remember this very popular and very true phrase, be careful what you are wishing for. Millions of Russians wished for war, and now they will taste it to the fullest. As we observe how the front lines and war in generally move to the direction of the Russian Federation, we can honestly say that a number of Russian regions bordering Ukraine have actually turned into a battlefield. And this is not a metaphor, this is not a clickbait, this is a reality. And now, with the permission of Ukraine to target objects on the territory of the Russian Federation, of course, legitimate objects, I'm sure during these years of full-scale war, we have already proven our humanity and reliability. But now, with this permission to destroy Russian airfields, to destroy Russian air defense systems on the territory of the Federation, I am sure Russians will feel and understand better how evil war is. But that's the universal truth. War always returns home, and its home is Russia. And I'm convinced that war will actually destroy the present Russian regime, and we will see that together. So let me tell you more about these events that actually permit me to say that front lines are moving in the direction of Belgorod. My name is Anna, and I vlog daily from Ukraine since the start of the brutal Russian invasion. So if you're new to the channel, you support Ukraine, please subscribe and help us fight against Russian propaganda and fake news. And my longtime friends, check your subscription status and hit notification button. Of course, one of the most important changes in the recent attitude of our allies is that decision that allows Ukraine to strike legitimate military targets on the territory of the Russian Federation. This is an extremely important decision that will definitely help Ukrainian armed forces protect more of our regions that are now severely, brutally, and extremely violently shelled by Russia. They have felt total safety for months when moving their missile systems, their troops, their ammunition supplies like meters, literally, to Ukrainian border, understanding that the only thing they have to care about is Ukrainian artillery, and it is not always that dangerous, plus taking into account we lack artillery, plus drones. They were safe from missiles and aviation. And now this is going to change as I feel F-16s are on their way. You can actually see that too by the cleaning that we do with Russian radars and other things. I'm sure this is the preparation of infrastructure for the safety and maintenance of Ukrainian F-16s. Thank you guys for giving us this instrument and this possibility to protect ourselves. So anyway, since the lift of the ban, we witnessed the destruction of Russian air defense system S-300, S-400 that is also used to target missiles on Kharkiv. Also, there are reports about the destruction of a number of Russian military convoys that are really dangerous because they bring the support for the troops now on the side of Ukraine, but no more. And I'm sure in the days to come we will hear more and more loud sounds, as Russians describe it, leading to the destruction of their military objects. But even if we do not look at this future for the Russian infrastructure, military infrastructure in the bordering regions, we have to agree that for months this territory is already a war zone. Something that seemed totally impossible at the beginning of invasion, when even the smartest and the kindest of global politicians persuaded Ukrainian government and Ukrainian president to escape because they believed Russia is the strongest army the second strongest army in the world, when it is the second strongest army in Ukraine. If you're new to the channel and you agree with me, remember to subscribe. This is the easiest but extremely effective way to demonstrate your solidarity with Ukraine and all the sane world. But even if we forget for a second about these beautiful changes in the attitude to the usage of long-range missiles, Patriot systems, and in future F-16s on the Russian territories. And thank you, the people of the Netherlands, for giving us a permission to target military objects on the territory of Russia from F-16s. I'm sure we will see that soon. But anyway, even if we forget about this new decision that is definitely an extremely important one, we can see that for months Russia was bombing Belgorod by itself. Yeah, yesterday I had a video on that, and we know they've dropped 82 bombs on the territory of Belgorod region and temporarily occupied territories that they claim to control, but we see they cannot even control their own bombers. They say these are accidental drops, but come on, this does not save you from the real fact of a 500-kilogram bomb fallen on your own territory, destroying your own infrastructure and injuring your own people. We know Russians don't care about their people. They've lost more than half a million soldiers on this war, and I was actually surprised to read this analysis, but most likely all of the soldiers who have started this war are already either in Ukrainian soils or in black packages traveling somewhere to the depressive regions of Russia. I know, sounds harsh, but it is harsh. That's what Russia is doing to its own people, not just to the rest of the world. And also, Belgorod is definitely the region where we often see special military operations, real special military operation of Russian Freedom Legions. And I'm sure more and more people will join these units. These are actually the only real good Russians for me, and I hope their number will grow, because after the collapse of the Kremlin regime, Russians will need normal people to help them build their semi-democratic country. Why am I saying semi-democratic? I don't believe in democracy in Russia. During these centuries of its history, we cannot find one period when democracy was strong and valued and desired by the majority of its population. If you know such period, please, at least you know I'm not artificial intelligence, I'm very natural intelligence. Please forgive my slips of the tongue, but I was actually surprised. One of subscribers told me that that's the way when we know for sure you are real and you record your videos yourself. And oh my God, it seems to be true with such clear and very fast advances in artificial intelligence. It may be that in future we will need to prove like the speaker is real because she makes mistakes. So anyway, we see that I cannot give you an example of a democratic period in Russia. In Ukraine there were time of Cossacks and many other examples. Our elections, our protests during this 30 years of renewed independence. This is all the example of democracy in Russia. No, people are afraid of democracy as if it's a virus, a deadly virus. And that is actually why they fight against Ukraine, because they are very much afraid that it is contagious. There are symptoms in Belarus. There are more once occupied by Soviet Union countries that now want to be free, like Georgia. And my support to the strong people of Georgia who protect their European choice, and many more. And for Russia, classical Russian empire that had a name of the Soviet Union, but still Soviet Union was a very Russian construct. And of course, the classical empire, Tsardom. We always see this hatred to freedom, choice, difference, diversity, and the desire to suppress, the desire to oppress. And they are a very classical totalitarian, authoritarian society. Once again, if you can give me any examples of democratic periods in the history of Russia, please do. This will be a revelation for me. So today I'm lucky to have electricity all day, and I hope this will continue to the weekend. Let me know Are you interested in a live stream on Saturday if the electricity permits us? So please let me know in the comments below. Remember to join me on Instagram, Threads, X, and Discord. And we have a beautiful new collection in our merch shop, which celebrates friendship and support between our countries. We have chosen the most active on the channel countries. Go check them in the collection and get one if you like it, because these t-shirts, they work well as reminders and conversation starters about Ukraine. And most importantly, thank you for your continued support as patrons and sponsors of the channel. Thank you for buying me coffees. And thanks a million for standing with us all this time, for your work and your conversations that you hold in your countries, persuading people that this war is real. It's not a local problem. It has global consequences, and we have to stand firm against evil. And we do. Slava Ukraini!